171 equals 9. 9 is my favorite number, therefore today's a good show. I do predictions like that from time to time.
Okay, good.
Hi, let's sing. Robin, let's sing.
Okay.
Everybody join us. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like it could. Oh, the things will change, the leaves will fall, and it will rain, transform before your eyes. No time to chase it, ooh, why me? Oh, you never know just how life is gonna go. You jump in your boat, row, 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 jump in the boat, row, row, row. Here we go. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. You gotta aim high and go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead and trust yourself. Everything will right itself. Life is a stream, so go ahead and follow your dream. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Here we go. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Woo!
Yeah.
Wow, that was fun. Hi, Robin. Wow. Oh, Robin. Crosa?
Crosa.
Crosa. Robin
Crosa.
Crosa. And these are goddess
Gourds.
Goddess Gourds.
Goddess Gourds.
Now, we met at the 49th Street Makers Market, and they paused it for the summer, but next fall, here in Gulfport, they have the 49th Street Makers Market, and we recommend it.
Yes, it was great. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. And I was performing, singing, and you were had your gourds available, and you just jumped in and started singing with me. So now we're in
I
love.
couldn't help
And it's
myself. Your music is so beautiful that it just inspired me.
Thank you, and I appreciate your singing along with me, and I appreciate y'all singing along with me too. So maybe we can do some more singing before you leave the stage.
Definitely.
Okay, so goddess gourds. Now these are gourds. And may I touch this?
Sure. Pick one up.
Okay, here's one. This is a gourd. Now a gourd is a like a squash of fruit.
Right.
They are not considered edible. I think or can you eat? Probably could.
They can be eaten at a certain time in their growth.
Oh, when they're real young, maybe.
I'm not exactly sure. I saw some people somewhere in Asia that were making some kind of weird meal out of them, but they were not dry like this.
Right. Because they're squash, like a summer squash, or more like a butternut squash, actually, kind of a hard winter squash, like
right.
that.
If you take them off the vine and let them dry out, they get hard like wood. But they're in the squash and pumpkin family.
Okay, and why? Okay, and goddess gourds. Okay, these are not godly gourds. These are goddess gourds.
I did make one called a Lord gourd.
Oh,
It's the first and only of its kind, and I'm going to be doing some more of those. But I started out with just the women because I thought that the shape of the gourd was shaped like women's bodies.
Okay, and are you particularly attached to goddesses, or
Yes, yeah. I am a worshiper of the great Mother Goddess, Mother Nature, and indigenous people all over the world recognize gourds as a symbol of the Great Mother.
Oh.
And these are the oldest vessels that have ever existed in the world, the first cups and bowls that human beings ever used were made out of gourds. And so that's why they're very important. Also, when human beings first started using fire, they would take hot coals and they would wrap them in moss and they would put them in a gourd container, and that's how they would travel and set up camp wherever they went. So they're very ancient, and they come at the dawn of civilization, and they represent the goddess. And the first time I ever saw them, I was just inspired to paint them, and I just saw them as being women, and yeah.
Have you been a painter on other surfaces?
No, I am not a trained
She's called
artist.
by the Gourds.
Yeah, I'm not a trained artist. I had a friend who was an artist, and we were out walking around in Cartersville, Georgia, and there was this little country store, and they had a basket of gourds on the table, and there were 5 gourds in the basket, and I have 4 younger sisters. And so when I looked at the basket of gourds, it looked like myself and my sisters and I all sitting together. And so I bought the basket, and I took it home, and I did like an abstract family portrait with that.
Huh, that's interesting. Okay, this one that I happen to have in my hand right now, it looks like is that an angel? It's got an angel wing.
She's a wishing angel. And there's a little opening where her heart is, because her heart is open to you. And what you do is you write your wish on a little slip of paper, and then you put it in the angel's heart, and then your heart's desire is in full connection with the angel's heart, and she's going to make your wish come true.
Well, how about that? I mean, no reason why not. She looks fairly friendly. Alrighty. And so this also is again angel gourd. She must be of higher rank. I'm not sure if your wings get
She's
bigger.
older. She's older.
Do they get
the
bigger?
older angels get bigger wings as they get older.
Okay, good to know these things. Okay, so you sell these gourds?
I do, and I have a website.
Let's see if we can.
We can post it, or
There's somebody can hold that up for us. See if we can hold it up. So your website is what?
it's GGG, which stands for Gorgeous Goddess Gourds. GGG by Robin, and my name is spelled with a Y, and it's .wordpress.com.
Okay, so if we're wanting to get in touch with you, and you do you like setting up at markets? Is that something you
I
want
do,
to do?
yeah. I think I'm going to
What
start
do you like
doing
about it?
I like the community and the friendship and the people that you meet, and also if the weather is nice, it's great to be outdoors when the weather is nice.
I know it's pouring the rain here. It's the first time it's rained in months.
Yeah.
And so we're doing the show inside. I must say I'm very thankful for the rain.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm glad we're not at the market this weekend, because last weekend when it was the market, it was raining in the morning, but then
It cleared up
But
and
we
it was
so,
beautiful.
what do they say? Don't curse the rain lest it stop. That's what we say
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't curse the sun lest it stop too. All right, let's see. Let's look at another one of these little gourds. This is another one.
She's an angel.
Now her wings are. So when you pick up a gourd, you just pick it up and then go, what's it going to be?
Yeah, I just look at the gourd, and there's a word for this. It's called paleo. I forget. There's a word where you look at an object and it looks like something else to you, and it's a word in art, and I can't remember it right now. But the idea,
somebody type that one up for us.
it's something with a P, but I'll post it on the comments section.
See.
But the idea with these is that I want to personify nature. I want to take nature and make nature a person again. Make, all the things in nature used to be people. The tree had a tree spirit.
Mm-hmm.
The woods had woodland nymphs. The river had a river spirit and a river sprites and stuff like that. So this is the personification of nature. That's
And
the
when
idea.
did you grow up in a household where people talked about these things? Because did your parents believe in nature?
Well, My mother did, and I've had all different types of influences because we started out being one religion, and then we were different. My mother was a young woman when I was a kid, and so she went to college and was discovering herself, and so we tried out a lot of different religions.
Okay, but you've settled on this more earthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, then the new pope won't have nothing to do with you. Or maybe he will. We don't know.
I don't know
I don't know
about
why I
that.
brought that up. Okay, moving on. I'm liable to say anything. Who's this little, this is another one with her heart.
She's a fairy and an angel. She's a fairy who's working on getting her angel wings.
Oh, okay. I'm going to scoot over, little fellas. And who's this little one?
She's also a
Another
little
one.
fairy.
And what are you're painting these with just
It's acrylic.
sort of acrylic?
Yeah, I have a 5-step process. First, I have to clean the gourds because they're dirty because they come from the ground, and then I do a drawing. I draw the lady on the gourd. Then I use a wood burner over that. Then I do acrylic paint. Then I put a glaze on it, and then I either glue or attach different found objects to it.
Okay, so this dark line around the outside is actually burnt into the gourd.
Yeah, it is.
Now,
it's wood burning.
Where are you getting your gourds?
I buy them from a family, and they have a farm in South Georgia. It's called the Gourd Farm. It was started by the grandmother of that family, and her name was Lena Braswell, and she was known throughout Georgia as the Gourd Lady, and she had acres and acres of just nothing but gourds. And she had these big giant ones. She has little small ones, and when I met her, she was 97 years old. And she passed away shortly thereafter, and then her grandchildren now run the farm, and I get them to ship me gourds.
Well, that's so sweet. Now, I knew someone once, and there were I don't have many details here, but they would collect the stems of pumpkins and gourds, and they had a whole, have you ever heard of people doing that?
I don't, but people do all kinds of things with gourds. There's an American Gourd Society. There's a Georgia Gourd Society, there's a Florida Gourd Society. Every state has a gourd society, and it consists of people who are gourd growers as well as gourd artists, and they make all kinds of things. They make birdhouses, musical instruments, jewelry, purses, everything is made. They can do it. I had somebody teach me how to make a lamp out of a gourd. And this one is the Stacey Abrams gourd. If you read the back, it says, I believe we need leaders who actually want to lead everyone.
We want to lead everyone.
And this is actually a voting box. It's for a small organization. Everyone writes their vote on a piece of paper, and you put it in the voting box, and then you count the votes. It's a voting empowerment box.
And you sing also.
Yeah.
Do you sing professionally?
I've done it semi-professionally. I used to sing backup for a reggae band when I lived in Atlanta, and we opened for some of Bob Marley's children. Did a performance, and we opened for them, and I sang backup for them, and I have sung in bands before, and I've written songs before too.
Have you written songs? Should we get together and sing and write some songs?
Yes.
I'm going to call you later. I love getting together with people and writing songs. I bet we could at least have fun one afternoon writing
Definitely.
This big, let's talk about, this is not the biggest gourd I've ever seen, but this is a pretty large.
Yeah, I have some that are bigger than this one. I have one that's really big, but she's pretty big.
And she is, she's got a bag.
She's the Madonna and Child.
Oh.
She's
Now,
married.
We're mixing our metaphors here.
Yes.
I don't know if that's exactly what I mean to say, but okay, so you've got the Madonna, and some Christians really might feel like that this ground worship that you're doing is evil, and how dare you put the Madonna on a gourd?
I don't know. I haven't had too many people say that. I have some very devout Catholics in my family, and they love these things. They love the Madonna and Child, and they pray to Mary, and they say the Rosary, and they see, Mary is the Mother of God, right?
Everybody's got a mama.
Right. So,
Hey, I don't usually mention holidays, but you know what? Today is Mother's Day, and the one thing, I don't usually mention holidays too much because they don't necessarily apply to everyone. But everybody had a mama, so.
that's right. Where would we be without
Where
them?
would we be without them? She's got a halo, this beautiful
Yeah.
a piece of found art. Well, I mean, additions. Well, you're not just painting; you're adding things on,
Right.
gluing
Right.
things on.
Found
So
objects.
this is glued on, and this is such a big, sweetie. I'll just, maybe if you wanted a baby, you could hug this gourd. I don't want a baby.
Be careful what you wish for.
I'm not wishing for a baby, but I'm wondering. A lot of times if you believe something, that makes it true. And so these will be preserved forever, right? They're not gonna.
They'll stay for a pretty long time. I did go over them with a glaze that preserves them.
Mm-hmm.
So once that glaze is on, it sets and it protects the gourd.
But
But
not-
I wouldn't leave them out in the weather. I wouldn't put them out in the rain.
No.
They're meant to be indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They can take a one rain once, but not. I mean, they're not going to melt down to
No.
nothing. But you don't put this out in your
no,
yard
you don't leave it out in the yard because it will deteriorate if it's out there.
over time.
Yeah.
Now, is selling gourds what you want to do with your life?
I haven't figured that out yet. I'd like to sell gourds, but I also like music a lot. I also have been dancing for a few years now.
What
and
sort of dancing?
Folkloric dance, folk dancing
From any particular
from the
country?
Middle East.
Now we're mixing everything. How'd you get interested in the Middle East?
Well, my mom's family is from Lebanon, so that's a
Mm.
Middle Eastern country.
Yes.
So it's part of my culture.
Yeah, and they're dancing. I don't. What kind of dance are we
Like
talking?
belly dancing.
Like belly dancing, and well, that's usually popular and supposed to be really good for you.
Yeah, it's good for it's good.
Okay, so you want to do some of that. Do you have anything else you want to say about gourds at this particular moment?
Well, I think I've said quite a bit, haven't
I
I?
think you have. Look, I'm noticing your necklace. What? These are seeds from something.
They're from Hawaii.
These are Hawaiian seeds, and so using nature, nothing new about that. They've been doing that forever. Oh, speaking of nature, I like to chitty chat about nature a little bit. So I don't know some of you might know what a moringa tree is, and they give these they make these seed pods, and the seeds on the inside with all this paper on them, they can be used actually to filter water. You put them all in a big jar and run water through it, and that would help filter water. But you can also eat these things when they're young, almost like a green bean. So here it is when it first comes out, and they're not too. They've got a little bit of string, so you can string them. And when they're real little, you can just fry them in a pan. Now, I never eat these things. People use them in gumbo-y type stuff to make a bit of.
Are they local?
No, they are not. I mean, it grew right here in my yard, but can't remember where moringa trees come from.
I think they're from Asia, and
Asia.
they're kind of considered invasive, but they're so prolific because a lot of cultures plant them and use a lot of the plant. They use
they
the
have
leaves and
the leaves are incredibly nutritious. And so I was just looking out front, and I was seeing all these little babies hanging off, and I'm like, oh, you should have eaten them when they were about that big. I'm not really sure you're supposed to eat them raw. That doesn't taste too bad. Okay, but that's not what I wanted to really show you.
Okay.
This, my friends. Okay, give you 2 seconds to guess what we're talking about here. This is called a cherimoya, and it is similar to like a custard apple. and we were really lucky because they stay ripe just for a day, and then you can't ship them or anything because touch it.
Oh, it's soft.
It's huge. Pawpaws are similar in that, they're similar in a lot of ways now that you mention it. So when you open it up on the inside, and you can actually eat the skin, but I haven't cleaned it. Would you like to taste one? Now,
Yes, I would.
There are little black seeds in there, so you're going to have to spit it out afterwards. Please do not think she's rude. I said, Is that delicious? Is that delicious?
It kind of tastes a little bit like coconut to me, a little bit.
And the seeds are these shiny little black things.
That's
Isn't that
good.
interesting? So I planted this tree here in the yard maybe 6 or 8 years ago, and it gives me fruit all the time. I highly recommend cherimoyas. They grow real quick. And there's a fruit called soursop that's somewhat similar, and that one's super medicinal. I'm not sure what the
Cures
medicinal.
cancer. It cures cancer.
So they say that
It's the cancer tree.
about soursop, and there's a lot of similarities between them, but I'm not even sure if they're in the same family. Now, but what I am going to do, because you all are the luckiest audience, is I'm going to pass this around. If you want to take a little taste, you may. There you go. How brave of you.
I'm pretty brave. More so than anybody realizes.
Okay. Well, that's okay. You're pretty. I thought you were very brave to just meet me on the street and come in and agree to sing. And okay, no mumbling in the back. You can taste, but you can't mumble. They always, whenever you pass the fruit, they all start mumbling. Here's a couple of more seeds. I'm gonna throw them out the door. Oh, I was throwing
Good
things.
shot.
I was pretty good. They both went out. They could have ricocheted back into the living room. What do you say we sing another little song?
Okay.
And right now, this song is called "The Stand," and it's about standing for what right. And there's a line in the song called, and it goes, well, the fastest way to hell is when you know the truth, but you don't tell. And I curse in this song, but it's not so much a curse as an actual location. So sometimes it's not all right to sit down and be quiet. Sometimes
I agree.
Sometimes
I agree. And this song is really timely for the times that we're living in now.
That's right. It ain't easy and it ain't right. Sometimes a little girl has to stand and fight. I ain't going down, I ain't gonna drown. I'll jump in that river and swim. I ain't going down, I ain't gonna drown. You're gonna see me win. You're gonna see me win. Well, now you know I don't fight. What you're doing is just not right. And you might be big and you might be tough, but your hand I call. And you'll get mad and you'll play rough, but I will see you fall. I will see you fall. Where I stand, I can see all the ways you're cheating me. Do you even sleep at night knowing it's a sin? If I don't stand to say what's right, I let the devil in. It's me letting the devil in. 'Cause it ain't easy and it ain't right. Sometimes a little guy's stand and fight. Ain't going down, I ain't gonna drown. I'll jump in the river and swim. Ain't going down, I ain't gonna drown. You're gonna see me win. Well, you know the fastest way to hell is if you know a truth that you don't tell. It's not alright to hide behind the fact that you're small, because we're all small. Stand up tall and you will find someone to heed your call. Lord, heed your call. It ain't easy and it ain't right, but sometimes a little guy's gotta stand and fight. I ain't going down, I ain't gonna drown. I'll jump in the river and swim. I ain't going down, I ain't gonna drown. You're gonna see me win. You're gonna see me win. Power to the people. There we go. Hey, Robin, that was really fun. And we're going to make a date to get together and sing some other times when we aren't on TV. We're going to write
Definitely.
a song. How about that? Let's set these over.
Okay.
And then, oh my, aren't they sweet? Look at her. She's concentrating on your wish. They are so sweet.
Thank you.
Carefully put them to the side. And, oh, I want to give you a little something. It's funny. I always give my guests a little gift. And I don't know why, but this is a biography of Amachi. She's a somebody. I really don't even know who she is. I picked it up at the, I picked this up in a book box and I thought I might read it, but it's funny. She looks a lot like your other, and she's from some other religion. So I've been moved to give you this book.
All
so
right,
thank you for your time.
Thank
you can
you
read
so
it
much.
or pass it on to someone
Looks
else.
very interesting.
I have no idea. It's got some pre-marked passages, not that I'm marked, but that were marked out of the book box that I got it from. And I try and pass things along. So you've been given that one.
Well,
Robin.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I really
It's been a
appreciate your
pleasure.
comment on this rainy day. Yay! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow! How exciting! Okay, things are going to continue to get exciting now. We have Christina to the stage, please. Yay! All right, my dear.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm awesome.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you for
Beautiful.
coming. Christina, before we sit down, will you pull your shirt back?
I will.
Pull your robe off. Look at these cute little things. Now, how do you make these?
They are 100% recycled from men's dress shirts, and it's really the sleeves, and I connect two from one shirt and two from another and connect them, and everything from the patch to the pockets to the straps. It's 100%
And I
sustainable.
love that it has the, see, like I can unbutton that a little bit, but I'm a little scared.
It's getting sassy now.
I could get a little sad.
They
Or
do expand
under,
though. Yeah.
under the arm there. I'm gonna have to button this back up. I like the fact that they are multi-size and that they have pockets, both on the front and the back. And I appreciate you're giving me this
You're
fine gift.
welcome.
Have a
Hope you
seat,
enjoyed
my
it.
dear.
Thank you.
I just
Thank
wanted
you.
to show them off. I think that is so cute.
Thank you
I
so
don't
much.
usually wear skirts quite this short, but
It can be worn with leggings underneath. You can wear this all year round. Put a long sleeve on underneath it, or throw on a little jean jacket and some jeans, and keep going, girl.
yes. Well, see, you can either get one, or you can make one of your own if you want it. I
You can
guess.
totally do that. Well, these are actually available at Sacred Crystals in Tyrone Mall and at West Shore Plaza in Tampa. So I'm kind of, commercial out there.
Okay, well
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
So you're making things out of recycled things.
I am, and I'm loving doing it too.
Okay, well,
It's a mission.
we have a clothing swap in Gulfport, Florida on the first Tuesday of every month. You just come on down there, and maybe there's some clothes that you could take and upcycle.
That's a
We
great
always want
idea.
People to, yes, you're welcome, my dear.
I'll put my stamp on
Okay,
it.
now let's see. Christina, do we have over here we've got, I'm gonna jump up, do-do-do, so you can see my outfit. We have written down here some information about you. Solar Angel Healing. And we can get in touch with you at
I'm located in a physical space on Gulfport Boulevard.
are you?
Yeah, at 5301 Gulfport Boulevard. It's an office that has other practitioners in it. Dr. Day, who's a Gulfport person, he's a chiropractor. And then there's other like practitioners, acupuncturist is in there, and massage therapist, and Solar Angel Healing.
Okay. Now, what does Solar Angel Healing actually do?
Well, you know, it is a place where we heal ourselves in the spiritual way and in the physical way. I have really kind of become aware of the vagus nerve in our body.
The vagus nerve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really, really
If you don't know
important.
about the vagus nerve, go look it up.
It's true. And so I started receiving and downloading a lot of information regarding the vagus nerve and how it affects our speech, our sweat, our gut health, our heart rate, so our heart health, our lung health. It touches our ears, it touches our larynx, or it's so interactive, engaged, and entangled, quite literally, because it's the longest nerve in our body, and it's actually two nerves, but it just kind of like wraps around and travels down. And so it is also responsible for communicating to your mind, your brain, the overall wellness of your body. So I started learning more and more about it, and understanding that it kind of commingles too with the wellness and the integrity of our pineal gland.
Pineal gland. Yeah, that's another one. I
Yeah,
don't talk enough about that one.
and it responds to vibration. It responds to sound, and so it also loves a little bit of alignment with our chakral vibrations. So once I started learning all about that, I kind of set off on a path and a journey to bring it kind of about to everybody. And I started with oracle readings and things like that, and just being a psychic and medium, but it's just kind of expanding. So I offer all that kind of mess to everybody right now. Some offerings
Okay.
like that.
Let me ask you a question. You have a mark on your forehead.
Right, yeah.
What's that?
Well, okay, so really, quite simply, I respond very positively to pyramids and triangles and diamonds. The upper
I respond to diamonds.
hey, but this bling is the upper part, which is my, upper half of my chakral environment, where it's more spiritual, and the mind thought part, and then the little triangle part that's pointing down is disseminating and descending the information that I receive, from the funnel, that little spiral, that's on the top of my head.
Okay, hold on a second here, because you said that earlier. You were receiving, download. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Well, I definitely feel that I have the ability to receive or channel information, just energetic thought information. It's all around us. Everybody is how we're guided with our intuition and our instincts and our wisest self, And then if you attune to that, you really get to train your mind, your body vibrationally to decode the information. So it actually has benefit to you and can be applied in 3D reality.
So you're saying other people could maybe practice this skill?
Absolutely. And also too, if I may add, I've done normal makeup like mascara and eyeliner and eyeshadow and all that kind of stuff for over 50 years. So I kind of wanted to play and experiment with different shapes and different ways of creating fun stuff on my face. So that was another reason. Motivation.
Okay, so you don't necessarily always walk with this
I
symbol.
don't, but I wanted to kind of have it more playful and fun, and just because you can do this and with awareness and intent. When you're creating these shapes on your face, you can help get more readily receive information, or tune into it a little bit more when you have focused intention like that.
Ooh, there's the thunder. There goes my boyfriend. I usually say that when a loud vehicle
God of
goes by,
thunder.
but the God of Thunder seems to be talking today. Now, this piece of paper,
Yes.
can you tell us about this?
I can. So I have to thank Laura. She's so sweet and generous to let us into this beautiful space.
Oh.
So thank you and welcoming me in and having us here. It's just so thoughtful. So
Thank you all for coming.
And so I did receive a lot of information for you, Laura.
Okay.
It's just some automatic writing.
Automatic writing.
Yeah.
What is automatic writing?
For me, and the way that I practice it or understand it is I receive intelligence or certain words or things, objects that might be relatable to you. It's messaging that comes through that is guiding me to give a better understanding of maybe key things or key aspects or objects in your life that have maybe significance, or maybe they impart some type of wisdom beyond, because they might be symbolic, And sometimes we don't know until we kind of reflect on it a little bit more and have it pointed out to us too. So a lot of times automatic writing, I feel like I'm guided to do based on the energy that I receive from the individual. It's them telling me what they want me to write.
Who knew? I was telling her nothing. Okay. So when she arrived this morning, she said that you had this, you had done this writing.
Yes,
And
I did. I did this for
so
you.
you go ahead and,
Okay.
and I guess anybody could practice some automatic
Yeah.
writing if they wanted to, and you can look into how to do that, and you can just sit down and start writing. And sometimes you use your non-dominant hand. That helps.
Yeah, just kind of go with the flow or whatever. Even if it sounds a little abstract to your practical, logical mind, go with it, okay? Your first instinct is your best instinct, okay? Don't try to overanalyze. Okay, so darling, I did want to let everybody know, the thee in you is the thou in me. So I was really guided to know this and share this with everybody, including you in particular.
That seems like regular information that we could all use.
And then I had some things, and I thought this was funny. I had oars, and you have an oar in your home.
I do. I have that funny. Does somebody want to hand that thing over? It's actually quite interesting. We will talk about, yes, so the oar, and you can read that, and then I'll show them.
So just for some insight, I was just guided to understand that green might be something that Laura responds to. When I analyzed Laura's last name, is it okay to understand
Yes.
her last name? It is the sheep herd. It's the sheep herder. And so as I started receiving information regarding your lineage or your heritage, I kind of felt like there was pastures and cliffs and forests around me. I saw the water's edge, and it was rocky with some sandy shores. And then I felt this presence of a collar. I felt serene and calm, and I felt oars and ears came into my mind. So I wrote that, and then I also was handed grandmother's brew. And I don't know if any of this has anything to do with you. Who knows? And then I have white horse, wolves, and willows. May, and then I felt marriage or something significant about the month of May. And then I have meadowsweet and milk, and it just felt like some of the area of where you might come from. A widow lark, which I don't even know what that is, to tell you the truth, but that kind of
So you write words that you don't even know what they mean. Just write it down.
Yeah, that's right, because I don't really know that they have all relevance to me. But I also have that you have a very happy life, and that fairies and chimes are a part of your life. And there's something about tap dance, harpstrings, down in feathers, and the minstrel.
Okay, well there you go. This is the oar she was talking about. A friend of mine, Tom Bennett, made that for me as a bench. I was a weaver, and I would slide back and forth. And the whole rest of that outfit is gone, but I never could pass up this oar. So there you go. All right, so you do automatic writings. You also do other kind of readings for people?
I do oracle readings, and in the last little while, I've kind of been getting into and experimenting with runes. these are ones made out of wood. But so these are kind of cute. There's lots of tools that are part of the healing trade, you know, that give us more insight and like a deeper view of what's happening all around us and how we're impacted by it.
So these are the cards and the runes are tools that you're using to receive information. Is that correct?
Definitely helps me a lot. Yes.
Now, would you care to maybe do some reading for a member of our audience?
Sure. I kind of started with Margot, and I did start receiving a little information.
Come on, Margot, that's you. She had we asked if there was anybody willing to volunteer, and Margot was one of the ones, and she has been.
Thank you.
Hello,
Margot.
Thank you. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing all right.
Good. These are my little tuning forks. Do you mind if I put them on this table?
Not at all.
Okay, and that way I have a little bit of space for you. So there was some information that I received, and I try not to sidetrack too much and focus on what this beautiful person was describing with her gourds. So I didn't want to get what Robin was doing, you know. But I did kind of receive some messages, and I felt like there was something very recent that made you have a different belief, a different shift, a shift in a different belief or philosophy. So that's something that kind of was like a little nudge that came to me. I don't know if there's any awareness for you around that.
Well, I've been thinking about the notion of a higher power in our lives, something that informs us and guides us, and I think that I've had a few epiphanies there.
Okay, excellent. Well, congratulations on that. I mean,
Thank you.
it's really a powerful thing when we can shift out of what we've known and what we've maybe don't even know that we're conditioned or programmed to have known, and then all of a sudden you wake up or cycle out of that pattern or that ancient knowingness and move into a different type of, it's actually a different type of reality or realm. So my guidance there is to definitely continue in that pathway, and if there's something, because it feels like there's actually something calling to you that you want to pursue a little bit more regarding maybe healing, education with philosophy and spirituality, do explore that, you know, with definitely, if there's something tugging at you, it's for a divine reason. Act on that, angels. Okay, definitely. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I was just told. So if you are lacking confidence in this regard, or feeling that it's such a departure for you to pursue something that is maybe a little bit more abstract to what you've had in your life before, that is all the more reason for you to follow that trajectory and that guidance that your gut is trying to send you down. Okay? And it's really, you're going up, you know, you're finding something that's calling to you that is a higher power. It's you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It all starts here.
Yeah. Awesome. So I'm very grateful, and there is like a presence coming through, and they're the ones that are actually, there's somebody that is telling you to move forward in this way, other than yourself. Mm-hmm. There's some kind of push. I'm sensing, I'm feeling there is almost a maternal, or even if it's not your real mother, it's a maternal-like figure in your life that is kind of giving you the little boost, you know, in energy or encouragement that you need. You know?
Okay.
So amazing, lean into that always, okay? Even if it's you are the mother of your child self, okay?
Oh yeah. Okay. I like that idea.
Yeah, have the most compassion and love. You're the mother of you know, so always treat yourself with the most respect and kindness. Now also too, for some reason, flower arrangements came to me.
That's poignant.
Okay.
Because I do some artwork where I work with mosaic.
Oh, okay.
But it's also upcycled. I take pieces of ceramic and make arrangements out of them, and they often end up being floral arrangements
That's
because there's so
beautiful.
many painted flowers on the ceramic that I
Yeah.
use.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that, and
Yeah.
I love the
So
repurpose.
it's interesting that you honed in on that.
I definitely saw it, and I actually, if I may, I see it becoming maybe if it's in more 2-dimensional, I see it becoming more 3-dimensional. For
It
you.
is 3-dimensional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Somewhat.
Okay.
They stand off the wall. a
Yeah,
little bit.
okay, all right. So maybe sculptural coming at me, but it's really cool. I can thank you. That's beautiful. I
Thank
love
you.
it. I love it. I actually know that there's some individuals out there today that that have the treat of having these in her home or in their home.
Yes.
So So congratulations to those folks that have this person's beautiful Margot's beautiful work. Also, too, I felt a pressure in my chest. There was a small little pressure in my chest, and I don't know if it was like an anxiety. I felt like a little, and it's not a pressure that feels like it comes with, any kind of pneumonia or any kind of respiratory issue. It felt more like a somebody that's trying to express something but is fearful to do it.
Oh.
Okay, so if there's any fear about authentic expression, be guided at this time to know that it does not do very well to hold it or maintain it in, but to know that there's you can ask your angels, you can ask your guides, your ancestors, the spirit world, creator, your highest self, to guide you in the best way to articulate that truest expression that you're wanting to manifest and bring out, that at this time might feel a little almost like you're pushing it down, you know what I'm saying? So don't do that if there's any of that going on. Okay. Yeah, Margot. And then if you wanted a little card, I would do a card.
Sure.
Okay, is that all right?
Yes, let's have another 3 minutes
Okay.
of information.
Okay. All right, you have the lady, and it notes for you to enjoy growth and rewards. Also, I'll note just if you want to look, this is a deck by Kyle Gray, and it's amazing. It's ancestors, and it's our Angels and Ancestors Guide Oracle book here, and it's pretty incredible. There's a wealth of information in here, but the lady, this demonstrates that there is a Lord. And it also demonstrates fertility, maybe not in the physical manifestation of a child or anything like that, but fertility and abundance in the essence of having lots of apples and, having riches, maybe not always of the material way, but even in the, heart way. So, and as the lady is, she's a nurturer and she grows things. So anything you touch, you'll manifest in abundance. Okay.
Awesome.
And intend for that only. Never doubt that is your ability to create that type of abundant manifestation in the most positive, loving, creative way. She's also got the star inside the apple. And so here, darling, know that you are a star, and, for every being on the planet, there's a companion star and a companion tree. So becoming into contact and in communion with your light energetic star self, okay? And know that the lady is always kind of in a nurturing, loving, motherly way. So nurture the baby inside always, and everything will be emanated and radiated out in the most loving, compassionate way to all.
I like that.
Thanks.
But the world needs more love.
And
compassion.
That's what we're designed to do. Like, that's it. Like, that's what else what else are we supposed to do, people? That's like our mission, right? Is to love. So I do rainbow light energy. It's our chakral alignment. It's the ability to focus in on the slice of color that we are. Like, we all have an individual little slice of color that we are. And not always is the slice of color complementary. So we have to learn how to become in harmony with, and I'm not saying this is you, I feel like I kind of complementary color with you, but you see what I'm saying? Like, depending on the vibration and the color, it's just a natural contrast. And so if we learn how to harmonize that, instead of focusing on the contrast of those colors, then we get to unite in the most loving, harmonic way. So I'm super excited. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you, Margaret.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Margo.
Thank you, Margot, for
for agreeing to get up here. We have a few more minutes with us. Can we show somebody a rune, just in case for somebody that doesn't know what a rune is? They were originally stones, and I think that they were, where do they come? Are they Celtic?
Yeah, kind of druid type. I mean, they're really all over the place. You can find them in, Nordic areas, where the Norse areas are, Sweden, things like that. In Ireland, but it's kind of it's a symbolic communication,
And this one happened to be out. You pulled it
Yeah,
out
I pulled
here.
it out.
What is the meaning of this one? Let's just go for that.
Yeah, well, this one in particular, this is the I, but it's also kind of like what we discussed earlier. It's like the I in you is like the you in me. So there's this exchange. There's just one. There's just one. There is no other. So we all are truly connected and entangled in the most mental, ethereal way, So always focus your thoughts and your intentions to be of the best and the most positive outcome.
Okay, so some people are really afraid of hearing voices or pulling runes, and that it'll bring the devil upon you. It's going to ruin your life. You're going to go straight to hell. Do you have any of those worries?
Oh, no, not at all. I don't believe that the devil
Well,
is
you're
real.
already all over. Okay.
No, I don't believe in evil, and I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in any of that. And I'm going to be very clear about my message right now.
Okay.
And that is this. What you believe becomes. What you think becomes. So think only the most brilliant, benevolent, loving, compassionate, uplifting, positive, juicy stuff you possibly can. Because it will the contrast of that will manifest itself in ways that we don't particularly want to have manifested. So always focus on the most bestest thing you possibly can, even if that's about your neighbor or someone that you see on telly that you've never even met but are receiving maybe judgmental information about. Don't. Love them even more. Give them even more compassion. Guide them with your loving, beating heart. Let them know that they're part of the rainbow just like you are. We're not separate. Look, it's this. It's this. And without this, we don't have the harmony of the rainbow in its beautiful, magnificent way. So only focus on the good and positive things. And that's really that will become your reality.
Well, there you go. What is in this little bundle, may I ask?
That little bundle are just a sampling because
I mean, we can go to your office if we want everything.
Yeah, if you want everything, because okay, so I mentioned that we're really rainbow light energy. We have all the colors of the rainbow and beyond, because there's some colors that we just can't see in this manifested reality, in this 3D reality. So there's other colors that are beyond our wisdom, or our eyeball wisdom. Okay, so I do have some 2D forks, and this is a tool that assists me with the vagal nerve.
Back to the vagus nerve, people, back to that.
They all have a certain frequency, like a vibration, and they all have a certain tone, and they're all part of, like this one is responsible for the throat chakra. Do you see that?
Now, who decides what tones help the throat chakra?
So
Who decides?
Well,
Excuse me.
you're fine.
Should
If
touch
you,
that?
no, you should. You want to vibrate?
I should.
Vibrate it? Hold on to the little rubber part. No,
Okay.
I'll let you. Yeah.
This is
We're going
the
to strike
throat.
it. Somebody wiser than me has decided what the colors of the rainbow are and what what they represent. Okay, as a manifestation. So red being the root of the earth, black, this one is even the deeper, richer soils of the earth. And then this is the sun, or golden sun. And they all have different numbers on them that read different vibrations or frequencies. So if there's something that you want to focus on, whether it's like more being able to voice yourself more clearly, or with better intent and in alignment with what you really want to see manifested, then you might want to use the blue tool. And I like to combine them. Like this one is for the pineal gland. So if I'm looking to achieve pineal gland activation or balance, I might get information from the pineal gland that can then be articulated in the most positive way in the world energetically with voice. You might want to combine these two.
And for you,
so there, and I have a little activated throat chakra, so that kind of helps. I do a little humming, and I will share with you. Activated throat chakra. This is the blue little guy right here. So what I found out, which convinced me even more to follow my gut regarding the chakras and how they align. It's a scale. Okay, here we go. I'm going to sing it for you so you guys can get it. Okay. Here we go, live, baby. Okay. Long, run, young, hum, That's what the scale is. That's what the rainbow is. And so this is hum, H-U-M, and humming helps to heal the vagus nerve.
it does all sorts of work.
Yeah.
We are so running out of time.
Okay.
But you're right. But humming, if nothing else, if you just sit around and hum, it increases the nitric oxide in your brain.
Amazing stuff. When I figured all that stuff out, and I was like, isn't it incredible that hum and the vagus nerve responds to speech and humming? I was like, oh, I can feel that. So that's what it's all about.
I could buy one of these online and use it
You
for
can
myself.
totally do it. You can
or
totally
I could
do it.
come to your
Or come
office
to me.
and get in touch with you at... So if people want to know about it, we could sit here and talk for days about any of these subjects, the runes, and I feel it's kind of funny. She doing it all. She got cards from somewhere and runes from somewhere else, and you're just mixing it all up. And I think that's kind of a new thing, because it used to be people, had one thing, and their tradition, and they were very closed about it. You seem to be very open, and maybe that's a good thing. Shall we all do a little group humming? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, thank you all. I will see you all in 2 weeks. On the 25th, we're having another Laura Shepherd show. Not sure where.
Maybe we'll have more rain. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, yay. Happy Mother's Day, and the earth is delighted with this rain. Thank you all so much. We'll have somebody turn the Facebook camera off. I love your fancy glasses.
Thanks, girl.
Don't we look like something? Yay! All right, it's finished. Go down to the bottom. There you go. Ah, that's over. All right. Yay! We did it. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate your time.
for having
Can I
us.
get somebody a cup of coffee or something?
No. It's Mama's Day. I'm going home.
You're
to my
going
band.
home? With these things, do we just hold them, or you put them against?
I do varying different things. Yeah. It just kind of depends. It depends on what the person's comfort level is. With being touched,
Yes.
And oftentimes I have them hold it, and they can determine how to put it.
Yes.
So I don't sweat like crazy. Little flash, little
I
energy
know.
flash.
We like it. All right. Okay. Well, there we go. Y'all make yourselves at home. I'll give anybody a drink that wants a drink. You don't have to rush off.
I am so grateful. Thank you, Laura. I'm going to get all my cute little stuff together.
I'm off and I forgot to give you your book.
Ooh.
Oh gosh. Look, this is the book that that I got for you. It's called Clairvoyance.
I love
And
it.
It's by C.W. Leadbeater.
Wow.
And I picked this up in the thrift store in New Zealand right before I was going to get on a plane.
You went to New Zealand without me?
Yes, and I've never read it, but I'm going to give it to you, and perhaps it has some information for you in it.
It was meant for me.
It's a cute. I wonder when was it written?
Oh, look, that's
Isn't that
cute.
sweet? Let's see what it
Yes.
says on
I'm
there.
going to put my glasses on right now.
First edition, 1899.
Wow.
So
It goes back.
That goes back. There might be something in this book.